God says the background noise on your important call held a message. Re-listen for the word. Stop what you are doing. Put down everything else. Do not let your eyes leave this screen for even a second. The air around you is heavy right now. Can you feel it? It is not just the room temperature. It is a spiritual pressure. It is the weight of a message that has traveled through time and space to find you at this exact moment. You were about to scroll past. You were about to move on to the next distraction. But something made you stop. That was not an accident. That was my hand. That was my touch on your shoulder, telling you that the answer you have been crying out for is finally here. You had a phone call recently. Think back. It might have been yesterday. It might have been this morning. It was an important call. Maybe it was about money. Maybe it was about a relationship that has been draining your soul. Maybe it was about a job or a house or a legal matter that has been stuck for months. You were stressed when you took the call. I saw your heart beating fast. I saw the way you paced the floor, walking back and forth, trying to find the right words. You were so focused on what you were saying. You were so focused on trying to be heard, trying to explain yourself, trying to fix a situation that feels broken. But you missed something. You missed the most important part of that call. It wasn't the words the other person said to you. It wasn't the excuses they gave. It wasn't the promises they made, promises that you know deep down they might not keep. No. The message was not in the foreground. The message was in the background. There was a noise. A static. A murmur. A voice in the background. A sound you filtered out because you were too busy trying to survive the conversation. But I need you to go back to that moment right now. Close your eyes if you have to. Put yourself back in that room. Hold the phone to your ear in your memory. Listen. There was a glitch in the connection. A moment where the other person stopped talking, or where their voice cut out for a split second. In that silence, there was a sound. That sound was a key. God says the background noise on your important call held a message. Re-listen for the word. You need to understand why this is happening today. This is not for next week. This is not for next month. The timeline is extremely short. The spiritual atmosphere is shifting rapidly. What you discover in the next few hours will determine the path of your life for the next 7 years. There is a gate opening. It opened the moment you clicked on this video. It will close when the sun goes down today. You do not have time to doubt. You do not have time to second-guess yourself. You must listen to me now. I see you. I see the person you are when no one else is watching. I know that you feel like you are always the one giving, and never the one receiving. You are the one who fixes everyone else's problems. You are the listener. You are the shoulder to cry on. But who listens to you? Who fixes your problems? I see the nights you stay up late, staring at the ceiling, wondering when it is going to be your turn. You feel like you are standing on the outside of your own life, looking in through a window. You see others getting blessed. You see others getting the breaks. You see others moving forward while you feel like you are walking through mud. You have a good heart. A heart that has been bruised by people you trusted. You let them in. You gave them your time. You gave them your energy. And what did they give you back? Confusion. Silence. Mixed signals. That phone call you had, it is the center of everything. The person on the other end, or the situation represented by that call, is not what it seems. There is a veil over it. They presented one face to you. A face of concern. A face of business. A face of friendship. But the background noise revealed the truth. The noise was a divine interruption. It was me, tearing a hole in their deception so you could hear the truth. You might think it was just a TV in the background. You might think it was just someone walking by. You might think it was just a bad signal. It was none of those things. It was a sign. I want you to focus. What did you hear? Was it a whisper? Was it a laugh? Was it a specific word? There is a word that was spoken in that background noise. A word that the enemy did not want you to hear. A word that changes everything. That word is ready. Or perhaps for you, the word was sold. Or maybe it was denied. Or mine. Wait. Let me speak to your spirit. You know what the sound was. Even if you cannot consciously remember it yet, your spirit heard it. Your gut tightened when you heard it, even if your brain ignored it. That was your intuition screaming at you. That was the Holy Spirit alerting you to danger, or to a hidden victory. The person on that call thinks they are in control. They think they have manipulated the situation. They think you are naive. They think you are desperate. They think you will take whatever scraps they offer you. They were comfortable on that call. Too comfortable. That is why they slipped up. That is why they let their guard down. That is why the background noise happened. They didn't mute the line when they should have. They didn't close the door all the way. They didn't realize that I was in the room with them, holding a microphone to their secrets, broadcasting it directly to your ear. This is a setup. But not the kind of setup you are afraid of. This is a setup for a comeback. I am telling you this because the enemy has overplayed his hand. He thought he could keep you in the dark forever. He thought he could keep you spinning in circles, chasing answers that he never intended to give you. But he forgot who your Father is. He forgot that I am the God who sees in the dark. I am the God who reveals the hidden things. You have felt a heaviness lately. A specific anxiety that sits in your chest. It wakes you up around 3 a.m. It makes it hard to take a deep breath. This is not just stress. This is your spirit sensing the battle that is raging over your life. There is a tug-of-war happening right now. It is a battle for your destiny. It is a battle for your peace. The enemy wants you to believe that the situation discussed on that call is dead. He wants you to believe there is no hope. He wants you to accept the no. He wants you to accept the delay. He wants you to think that you have to wait another year, another month, another season. But the background noise tells a different story. If you re-listen to that moment in your mind, you will realize the tone of the background noise did not match the tone of the speaker. The speaker was serious, maybe even sad or apologetic. But the background? It was chaotic. Or it was celebratory. Or it was urgent. There is a mismatch. And that mismatch is where your miracle is hiding. Listen to me. You are not crazy. You are not imagining things. You have always been different. You have always had a sense of knowing things before they happen. You have dreams that come true. You have feelings about people that turn out to be right, even when everyone else tells you you are wrong. That is your gift. That is the anointing on your life. And right now, that gift is trying to save you. The call was a test. And you passed it by noticing the noise. Now you must act on it. You are coming to the end of a very long, hard road. I know you are tired. I know you feel like giving up. I know you have looked at the sky and asked, why me? Why is it always so hard for me? I am answering you today. It is hard because you are dangerous to the darkness. It is hard because you carry something heavy, a glory that the enemy is terrified of. If you were empty, the enemy would not bother you. If you had no future, the road would be easy. But because you are destined for greatness, the opposition has been fierce. But the tide is turning. The water is receding. And what was hidden under the water is about to be revealed. That background noise? It was the sound of the dam breaking. I am going to tell you exactly what is happening behind the scenes. The person or the organization you were talking to has a secret file. They have a secret plan. There is a piece of paper on a desk, or an email in a draft folder, or a conversation that happened 5 minutes before they called you. That conversation was about you. And they said something very different from what they told you on the phone. On the phone, they said, wait. Behind your back, they said, it's ready. On the phone, they said, it's difficult. Behind your back, they said, it's easy. On the phone, they said, we aren't sure. Behind your back, they said, we need to stop them. The noise you heard was the echo of that truth. You need to claim this truth. You need to grab hold of it with both hands. Do not let it slip away. The window of opportunity is closing. The angels are waiting for your command. They are waiting for you to agree with the truth, not the lie. When you agree with the lie, when you say, oh well, I guess it's not meant to be, you tie the hands of your angels. You close the door on your own miracle. But when you stand up, when you straighten your spine, when you say, no. I heard the noise. I know the truth. I claim what is mine, that is when the earth shakes. That is when the walls fall down. I am bringing to your mind a specific memory now. A memory of a time you were promised something as a child, and it was taken away. A toy. A trip. A moment of attention. You felt that sting of betrayal. You felt that cold realization that people lie. That wound never fully healed. It just scabbed over. And every time you face a situation like this phone call, that old wound starts to itch. It starts to bleed. You start to feel like that helpless child again. But you are not a child anymore. You are a warrior. You are a child of the Most High. You have authority. You have power. You have the ability to speak to the mountain and make it move. So why are you whispering? Why are you begging? Stop begging. Start commanding. The background noise on that call is your weapon. It is your proof. Imagine the scene again. The phone in your hand. The voice droning on. The sudden burst of sound in the background. Was it a siren? A door slamming? A second voice whispering? If it was a siren, it means urgency. It means the enemy is in a panic. It means they are running out of time to stop you. If it was a door slamming, it means a chapter is ending. The chapter of your struggle is closing shut, with or without their permission. If it was a voice whispering, it was the voice of your accuser being silenced. You need to lean in. You need to trust what you felt. There is a person in your life who smiles too much. Their eyes do not smile, only their mouth. They ask you questions, but they never give you answers. They are always fishing for information. How are you doing? How is the job? How is the family? They don't care about the answers. They are gathering intel. They are looking for weaknesses. This person is connected to the delay you are facing. They have spoken words against you in secret. They have cast shadows over your name. But I have blocked their words. I have turned their curses into blessings. Every time they try to push you down, I lift you up higher. Every time they try to close a door, I open a gate. The phone call was their attempt to discourage you. They wanted you to hang up feeling defeated. They wanted you to hang up feeling small. But they failed. Because you heard the noise. You heard the glitch. You heard the truth leaking out. Now, listen to the timeline. This is critical. You cannot ignore this part. By the time the moon rises tonight, there will be a shift. You will receive a notification. A text. An email. Or maybe just a sudden, overwhelming sense of peace. This is the first sign. It is the green light. It is the signal that the blockade has been broken. Do not sleep on this. Do not go to bed with a heavy heart tonight. If you do, you accept the enemy's narrative. You must go to bed with a heart full of fire. You must go to bed expecting a miracle in the morning. Because when the sun comes up tomorrow, the landscape will look different. The problem that seemed like a mountain will look like a molehill. The person who seemed like a giant will look like a grasshopper. You are about to enter a season of rapid acceleration. Things that used to take years will take days. Things that used to take months will take hours. The background noise was the sound of the engine starting. The engine of your destiny is revving up. I know you have doubts. I hear them in your head. Is this real? Is this for me? Maybe I'm just making it up. That is the enemy talking. He is terrified that you are waking up. He is terrified that you are realizing your own power. He wants you to stay asleep. He wants you to stay numb. He wants you to keep scrolling, keep distracting yourself, keep pretending that everything is fine when you know it is not. But you are awake now. You are listening. Think about the specific word I told you to listen for. Approved. Done. Victory. Truth. Let's go deeper into the mirror. You are the one who checks the locks on the doors at night. You are the one who worries about safety. You have a deep need for security because you have felt unsafe for so long. You have felt like the rug could be pulled out from under you at any moment. That is why you hold on so tight. That is why you are afraid to exhale. I want you to exhale now. Let it out. Let the tension leave your shoulders. Let the worry leave your jaw. You are safe. You are held. You are protected. The background noise on that call was not a threat. It was a promise. It was the universe telling you that the structure of the lie is cracking. The facade is crumbling. The truth is pushing its way to the surface like a flower pushing through concrete. You have a specific financial number in your head. A specific amount of money you need to feel free. To pay off the debt. To fix the car. To move to a safer place. You think about this number every day. You do the math in the shower. You do the math while you are driving. Stop doing the math. The math does not add up in the natural. But I am the God of multiplication. I am the God who feeds 5,000 with 2 fish and 5 loaves. I do not need the math to work. I just need you to trust. The background noise is the sound of the overflow coming your way. It is the sound of coins clinking. It is the sound of papers being signed. It is the sound of keys jingling. Why did the caller ignore the noise? Because they are used to the chaos. They live in chaos. They thrive on confusion. But you are a creature of order. You are a creature of light. The noise stood out to you because you do not belong in their world. You are set apart. You have felt like an alien in your own family sometimes. Like you speak a different language. They talk about surface things. You want to talk about deep things. They care about appearances. You care about truth. This is why there is friction. This is why there is distance. And this phone call, it was a collision between your world and theirs. The message in the noise is this: do not compromise. Do not lower your standards to make them comfortable. Do not quiet your voice to make them feel big. Do not pretend to be less than you are just to keep the peace. The peace is already broken. The war has already begun. And the only way to win is to stand tall. I am preparing a table for you in the presence of your enemies. That means they will have to watch you eat. They will have to watch you succeed. They will have to watch you get the very thing they said you would never have. And that phone call? That was the invitation to the table. The noise you heard was the sound of the chair being pulled out for you. Sit down. Take your place. The feast is ready. But you must be careful. The enemy is watching you right now. He is watching your reaction to this message. If you dismiss it, he wins. If you forget it, he laughs. But if you take it into your heart, if you let it take root, he trembles. He knows that once you realize the power of that background noise, his game is over. He knows that you will go back and demand what is yours. He knows that you will call back. He knows that you will write that email. He knows that you will show up in person. And that is exactly what you must do. But not yet. Wait for my instruction. There is a right way and a wrong way to do this. If you move too fast, in your own strength, you might mess it up. You must move in my timing. And my timing is tied to the signs I am showing you. Look for the number 11 today. Or the number 44. Or the number 7. When you see these numbers, know that I am confirming this word. Know that the background noise was real. You have a photo on your phone. A screenshot maybe. Or an old picture you looked at recently. It shows a happier time. Or a thing you want. A house. A car. A location. You looked at it and felt a pang of longing. Will I ever get there, you asked. The answer is yes. And the path to getting there goes through that phone call. It goes through the noise. The noise is the breadcrumb trail. Follow it. What if the noise was a name? Did you hear a name? A name you haven't thought of in years? Or a name of someone you just met? Pay attention to names today. The name of the cashier. The name on the billboard. The name in the email. There is a connection. The universe is weaving a tapestry, and you are just seeing one thread. But if you pull that thread, the whole picture will be revealed. The background noise is the loose thread. Pull it. Pull it with your faith. Pull it with your prayers. Pull it with your declaration. Say this out loud right now, wherever you are. Whisper it if you have to. I heard the truth. I reject the lie. I claim the victory hidden in the noise. Say it again. Feel the vibration in your chest. That is your power coming back online. That is your spirit waking up from its slumber. You have been sleepwalking through life lately. Going through the motions. Waking up, working, eating, sleeping. Repeat. You feel like a robot. You feel like a zombie. That is not living. That is surviving. I did not create you to survive. I created you to thrive. I created you to rule. The background noise was a wake-up alarm. It was a splash of cold water on your face. Wake up. The battle is here. The blessing is here. The breakthrough is here. Do not let the caller lull you back to sleep. Do not let their smooth voice hypnotize you. Listen to the jagged edge of the noise. That is where the reality is. There is a legal document involved in your situation. Maybe a contract. Maybe a will. Maybe a lease. Maybe a bill. There is a clause in that document that you have overlooked. Or a clause that they are hiding from you. The background noise was pointing to that document. Go find it. Read the fine print. Look for the loophole. It is there. I am guiding your eyes. I am guiding your hands. I am giving you the vision of an eagle. You will see what others missed. You will see what was hidden in plain sight. The injustice you have felt, the feeling that things are unfair, is about to be corrected. The scales are about to tip in your favor. But you must put your finger on the scale. You must add the weight of your faith. This is not a passive waiting game. This is an active pursuit. You are the hunter now. You are hunting for the truth. You are hunting for your blessing. Type Amen.